was in high school in like year 10, I actually got a blood clot and it caused me to stay home from school for a long time. And a lot of kids would probably love that. And what I actually did was I played a heap of Halo 2, like a lot of Halo 2, leading up to the release of Halo 3. And when Halo 3 actually came out, I was absolutely addicted to Halo. I won over 5,000 matches of Halo, which is a disturbing amount of games to play, to have actually won as well. So not even just played, I actually won over 5,000 games of Halo. I don't actually know how many I played in total. It would have been a crazy number, but I am super excited for the release of this game for a couple of reasons, because I've been hoping for a Halo game to reach the pinnacle that Halo 3 was for me, where it was a game type that was all based around basically map control and working with your team and just the feeling of Halo. And what I love about Halo is the ability to actually turn around and just destroy someone if they shoot you in the back. You know, unlike a Call of Duty, for example, where it's very much like whoever sees whoever first and whoever has the advantage in the situation is going to win. Not as much as around skill, which is what I really felt Halo was. Like, if you came up against a pro, there was a good chance a pro, even if you landed the first shot, could turn around and absolutely embarrass you. So this is interesting to see. I've been waiting a long time for this, and I've been hoping that this game would be close to what Halo 3 could be. And just looking at it right now, it's playing very similar, which is a very positive outcome, I think. I obviously played Reach when it came out, and I felt like that was a step in the wrong direction when we moved to the DMR. And then obviously we had Halo 4, which had a lot of issues, and Halo 5, which initially had a lot of issues, which have since been fixed. But obviously that game's a number of years old now. And just looking at this, it feels and looks like Halo 3, like a modernized version that has better graphics. I'm looking at the map now. It seems to be symmetrical, which is a huge crucial part of competitive play in Halo, is symmetrical maps, so it's an even fight for both teams. It does seem to have sprint, but what I have noticed already just by watching this, I felt like with Halo 4 and Halo 5, it sort of almost wrecked the game a little bit, the mechanic of sprint, because if someone was losing a fight, they could literally turn around and run out of the fight and just bail. Whereas in Halo 3, you were sort of, you were limited to a brisk walk. So effectively you were stuck in that fight whether you wanted to have that fight or not. So this seems to be a slower sprint, if anything, which in my mind is, a great step in the right direction if you're going to keep sprint at all. The speed that these guys are getting around the map really does feel like Halo 3, where, it's positioning, it's holding those strong points. This is playing a lot like it, which is great. Super interesting to see. I would love to see how, get a bit more information when the actual beta launches tomorrow and we see, what some of the other maps hopefully look like. I don't know whether the beta will just be this map, for example, or whether we will see some more of the game, but it looks like the game mechanics are definitely what I'm hoping for, at least. And it'd be interesting to see what the larger community and the old Halo fans, think about this. I'm curious to see whether Halo can ever return to where it was. It was the pinnacle of gaming. It was the pinnacle of competitive gaming for a long time. And, to a certain extent, I think a lot of people have discredited it and said, it's never going to get back there. It's never going to be what it was, which could be correct. It'd be interesting to see whether this game is something that, does get picked up from a competitive aspect and, is really embraced by the old fan base, and whether the old fan base will even come back, having had so many letdowns, effectively. The Master Chief Collection came out and we thought, great, we can finally play Halo 2, we can finally play Halo 3 again, these titles that we love. And the matchmaking didn't even work. You couldn't find a game in the lobby. So I think there's a lot riding on this one. I think a lot of the fans had given up. Then they seem to, from the information they've released about this game so far, talking about the fact that it'll be free to play for the multiplayer, I think that's going to bring a lot of people back into the game. I think, old Halo fans, of course, if they don't have to spend any money on it, they're going to go, all right, well, I'll download it and see if it's any good. And that gives them the opportunity to fall in love with what they previously fell in love with. So I think that's definitely a right step in the right direction. They just seem to have put a lot of thought into, what is core Halo, what do the fans want to see and what do they not want to see. The things that I hated about the old games were, jetpacks. It was gimmicky. It was more about like, what could we make that's cool and interesting rather than how is this going to play in a competitive environment. And I think, you look at any game, what inspires people to play more is to get better at the game. And when you have a game that, is going to be picked up by people that want to play it professionally and hopefully money tournaments and that sort of thing, that inspires the players that aren't that good initially to get better and want to play and actually want to stick in there.
It's neat to watch how people use these, like all the different equipments in different ways.
It's crazy.
Well, hopefully a lot of players this weekend are going to be lighting this up.
It is going to be interesting to see because, like, I almost to a certain degree am expecting, and I think they are too, they're acknowledging this, I'm just expecting that the lobby will have lots of issues. There'll be issues finding matches, which is a bad outlook to have on a brand new game because every game that comes out at the moment basically is perfect at launch. But we've been let down by Halo and Halo's search engines and, just the whole matchmaking concept. The fact that even with Halo 3, if you were searching in a team of 4, you could only match other teams of 4. But if you were searching on your own, you would match either people that were also playing on their own, or if it was you as a single and you were teamed with a team of 3, on the other side, it would also be one single and a team of 3. So it was always fair and balanced, which I think it was either Reach or Halo 4 where, I downloaded the game and I'm like, great, I'm going to go in, I'm going to play some on my own. And it was, I might be on a team of 4 complete randoms and it was matching us against a solid team of 4 that play together all the time, are actually matchmaking. They're obviously going to have better call-outs, better teamwork, better chemistry. You could say, well, bad luck. You just go and get a team in that aspect. But at the same time, then that really, defeats the community and actually building and meeting people online, because if you're just going in to play with randoms and you've got randoms quitting off your team and you're just getting slaughtered by a team of 4 that play together all the time and they all know where where their teammates are going to run to and what power weapons they're going to pick up, then it's really not that fun. So that was my thoughts on the latest gameplay. There's going to be more out tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be playing this game, and at least initially at launch, to see, is this going to be something that is comparable to the old Halo titles that we know and we've loved. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing if you aren't already. I'll catch you guys real soon.